Of course, coming in from London, we cannot miss to have a dose of Brexit. And the British government will seek new trade agreements with other countries in light of Brexit, a factor which may lead to a change in the trade and agreement with Kenya further down the road. Now, in a much anticipated speech outlining the parameters to guide Brexit, British Prime Minister Theresa May said the process will be executed in phases. And here now is Alex Mwangi with more on Brexit and how this relates to trade with Kenya.
New trade agreements with other countries.
That is one of the 12 objectives that British Prime Minister Theresa May outlined on Tuesday morning regarding the quest to make Brexit a reality. Besides providing Kenya with a sizable number of tourists annually, the United Kingdom is one of Kenya's largest trade partners. For the first 10 months of 2016, exports to Britain were valued at 30.9 billion shillings, a 10% drop compared to a similar period last year. The Brexit process will be drawn out for years.
I want us to have reached an agreement about our future partnership by the time the two-year Article 50 process has concluded. From that point onwards, we believed a phased process of implementation in which both Britain and the EU institutions and member states prepare for the new arrangements that will exist between us will be in our mutual self-interest. This will give businesses enough time to plan and prepare for those new arrangements.
The UK has been a major contributor to the European Union's budget. The Prime Minister did not mince her words in describing the extent to which the EU has contributed to the growth of the UK's GDP.
Since joining the EU, trade as a percentage of GDP has broadly stagnated in the UK. That is why it is time for Britain to get out into the world and rediscover its role as a great global trading nation.
May says the UK will seek a free trade agreement with the EU.
While I am sure a positive agreement can be reached, I am equally clear that no deal for Britain is better than a bad deal for Britain. Because we would still be able to trade with Europe. We would still be free to strike trade deals across the world, and we would have the freedom to set the competitive tax rates and embrace the policies that would attract the world's best companies and biggest investors to Britain.
The vote in favour of Brexit is one of the momentous events that took place in 2016, whose political and economic ramifications will be felt for years to come.
Thank you.
Alex Mwangi, NTV.